prepared as I meant to, but like I said, I've been
Okay.
nicer.
Baltusburger seems very chill, so I don't think you offended him.
and
Yeah.
and very prepared to uh, react to whatever was happening too. Like very spur of the moment. I like.
Yeah.
I found one more of them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think maybe I did. Did I have that one? I don't know if I did have that one. I think I've seen it. I don't know if I had it though. I
I
loved those books.
I'm telling
I
you,
remember my teacher fried my brain, and my teacher blew up the planet. Those two I remember.
it was my
Yeah.
teacher's an alien. My teacher fried my brains. My
Yep, I remember
teacher
my
glows
teachers
in
in
the dark, and my teacher flunked the planet. And my teacher flunked the planet.
Planet.
Oh yeah, my teacher flunked the planet. That's what it was.
The kids were selected as human representatives of the Galactic Council, and Bruce Coville had a very United Nations in space kind of feel to it, and they were trying to justify why, hey, don't destroy Earth. And Brock's home, I guess they're kind of handler or case agent, and his assistant Creeblum took them to where there was like
Name.
I know
I know.
they took them to where there was this like government torture and interrogation, being done on political prisoners, and Broxholm breaks the Galactic Council rule by interfering under invisibility cloak and like knocks one of the torturers out. Okay, and
Okay.
I mean, it was just and it showed him getting emotional. Even though he's gonna have to, that's gonna catch up to him with the council, and it showed that even aliens, with hundreds of years more culture, they are sometimes given the brash decisions too. And yeah, man, that was a really beautiful set of books. Not indoctrination of youth at all, just balanced, giving them a balanced view of things.
Regina's taking us on a journey over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, I had to get to the bong before I died. Before my head exploded. Had to get to my joint, and also my cat was screaming, so I had to leave the office to placate him. There we go.
but,
Man, I do remember my teacher was an alien. I don't think it almost sounds a little like Animorphs? Question mark? Not in terms of the concept, but in terms of like the aliens, like in the council and all this shit you were describing.
this was
It was like political.
It was before Animorphs, so Animorphs stole it from Caville. But yeah, Caville did the Space Brat series, which was more for like elementary kids, and then he did Aliens Ate My Homework series, which I actually think was one of my favorites. My teacher, I left my sneakers in Dimension X, The Search for Snout, and one more. Another case of these galactic patrolmen needing these unlikely human children to carry out a grand space mission, and
That's cool.
he made it believable too.
It's a classic trope of YA science fiction.
Totally. I hope Bruce Coville would come on this show. I would just love that. What a delight that would be.
I wonder if anybody would actually go the extra mile out of it, knowing that we talked about it here. I could see some people being that petty.
I hope not. Don't even say that out loud. Don't give them the idea if they're listening. Leave it out. Don't let it go out in the universe anymore. I'm sure he'll come on the show. I really at least want to get Janie Lee Sumner on the show, but if we could get Bruce too, that would be like, beautiful.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And, I noticed a lot of other names that pop up in these anthologies over and over. Besides Lansdale, is Lawrence Watt Evans, who did a lot of young adult fantasy stuff, and Al Serantonio, we know him, right? He wrote that short story collection, Toy Box. You've heard of those, right? No?
Just FYI, I'm probably going to sign off in the next couple minutes. It's getting pretty late over here.
Thank you for coming in and hanging out. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk to you too much
Oh, it's
specifically.
okay.
But
Not a big
Yeah,
deal.
thanks for coming.
I'm absolutely fried anyway.
Yeah, you had a big day.
I had no brain power. Yeah, no, I smashed my old record for most words written in a single day. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I just hit the gas from like 9 a.m. this morning to 7 p.m. tonight, and then
Wow.
immediately was like, I should go on Quiet Place. That's a great idea right now.
Yeah, that'll help me recover psychologically.
Absolutely. So yeah, I broke the 20K barrier in a day
Good
for the
job,
first
dude.
time.
Good job,
I
dude.
guess before I go, Chronomancer 2 has been pushed back. It's now coming out on the 27th. Yeah, I know I said last time I was on here that I was going to bust my ass and Gideon was going to bust their ass and we were going to get it out before the date. And we did. We did. We got it done at the 11th hour, and I got the whole thing together, and I started putting it together, collating it and doing the final edit. And I started reading it, and I'm just like, no, this is not the quality that my readers, such as they are, expect.
Oh, that's too
So
bad.
yeah, I made the difficult decision to push it back by a couple of weeks. But that's going to be fantastic. I swear to God, I'm not pulling a CD project. This is not Cyberpunk. It's not going to be horribly broken at launch. I promise it will be, the second book will be fucking wonderful. I'm really excited about it. I also have a book coming out. I don't know the name of the anthology yet, but I don't know if you've seen this, Regina, on Facebook floating around. Marcus Sloss and Sean Oswald and a bunch of other harem writers are doing a Dukes of Harem anthology series. I know that the submissions end in September, and then I believe the book comes out either in late September or early October. I am submitting a 15K novella to that. Working on that right now. It's a lot of fun. It's sort of the novella I'm gonna like slap a cover together for it. It's not going to be anywhere else but in the collection, but I'll throw it up on Facebook and talk about it a bit. It is sort of something that it's a rework of something that I've been teasing fans and like Patreon people with for a while. Corruption Lord Prime. Corruption Lord was originally going to be a much different sort of story back when I was still doing pure erotica. Sort of the character Necessity was going to be the main character, and it was all from her perspective, and it was about her and her like shield maiden society being corrupted and taken over by this evil man when they've never seen a man before. And so I sort of have taken some of that. Oh, there's Corruption Lord 4. I've sort of taken some of that old material from when it was going to be more of an erotica thing and turned it into a novella. It's going to be called First of the Corrupt, and it takes place technically in the same universe as Corruption Lord, but you don't need to have read Corruption Lord in order to understand it. But please also read all of the Corruption Lord books, even Corruption Lord 5, which Goodreads for some reason still thinks has the shitty temp cover that I threw up when I put up pre-orders for the first 5 Corruption Lord books back in August of last year. That has a real cover. I don't know why it has that garbage cover that I slapped together in GIMP.
Looks pretty sexy to me.
Beta testing or whatever. I don't know.
Full cover coming soon,
Full
baby.
cover coming soon, baby. No, that was out there already. I don't know what the deal is there.
They're beta testing new pages, and it probably took an old file or something.
But I think it's probably going to be called Dukes of Harem, or it's going to have Dukes of Harem in the name somewhere, the title of the anthology. If it wasn't so late, I would actually hang on. I could probably pull up a list of all the people. There's a shit ton of people who have pledged to be in this anthology. Ajax Ligon, Dennis Levesque, Marvin White Knight, Eden Red, Jack Porter, Mark Tor, Sean Oswald.
How have I not heard about this?
Xander Jade. the Traveler guy is doing it. We were all talking about it on the Discord that you never show up for.
I don't
Except
have
to
fucking
get-
time,
except to
motherfucker.
get people to simp.
No, I don't come to get people to simp. I come to say hi and be social. I'm like a neighbor. I'm just like a bad neighbor who doesn't come over too often.
I still
I'm
don't
sorry.
get Discord.
I just don't
instant
like
messenger.
to use it. It is instant messenger. It's just like an AIM chat server, like IRC, but with, I don't know. It's more things that I have to do. When I sit down to write in the morning, I just want to write, and then
we're using Lavelle's incredibly boobtastic cover, the one that he was going to use for Water Truckers. That he ended up not using.
Huh.
Hang on, I'll see if I can get you. Let me see if I've got a picture of this cover so I can show you people what it looks like. I don't think I have it.
Damn. I want to see.
Hang on. I'm scrolling.
I have to go back to the Discord server more often and apologize to everyone and tell them I say hello. I just don't. I'm so tired. I'm having thyroid problems, okay, motherfucker? I have no energy.
I'm not doing that. No, that's not coming from me. I'm not.
What?
I'm
You
not
can't
a nice,
be polite? You can't pass a message for me out of
I'm
respect?
not a nice person. I'm not a nice
out
person
of professional
anymore.
courtesy?
I can pass a message out of professional respect and courtesy eventually, but you need to get your ass back in the Discord. So.
I will.
But no,
I'll
I'm
do
not
it
nice
soon.
anymore. I've stopped being nice, Neil.
No more Mr. Nice Neil.
I don't make other people's covers or edit their shorts anymore when they want help.
Why would you?
Erotica.
I wouldn't have fucking ever done that. I guess I must be a real bitch. I don't know. Fuck no.
Well, don't tell Bruce Coville that before you see get the Book of Magic. I love it. All right, so that's what's going on with me and more stuff in the future. I promise. I am writing books. I'm just, writing other people's books, and it takes up a lot of time.
We all have our times.
There will be more books, books in the future, and keep an eye out for
that illustration. Go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry.
Enjoy. Please buy Chronomancer 2 and look for my story in the Dukes of Harem. I will pimp the hell out of it whenever it has like an official title and cover. So y'all have a great night, and thank you so much for having me on short notice. I really appreciate it.
Please come back on soon.
Thanks a lot for coming
tonight. Bye, buddy.
Absolutely, no worries. Bye.
Thank you to everyone who covered for my,
Hey, stop! It's anthology time. Ben and I are both in anthologies, and you guys gotta read them if you're still watching. I can't imagine anyone fucking is 5.5 hours in. But Between a Spider's Eyes from Potter's Grove Press, you've got names like Regina Watts, Simon McCarty, Rain Havoc, Elizabeth Bedlam, Aaron Beauregard, and people I'm forgetting because it's just a big collection. Lots of great people. River Dixon, Mike Ennenbach. Is that everyone? Maybe. You gotta buy the collection to find out. And my story is at the end. So if you're on Kindle Unlimited, which I don't think it is, but if it is, you gotta read all the way through every single page. Be sure. So that way Potter's Grove Press has a reason to release another anthology. As well, my next Puppet Combo book, Nun Massacre, is out. Please purchase it. Please review it if you have purchased it. I like it. I like writing Puppet Combo books, and I would like Puppet Combo for me to continue writing his books. On to you, Ben.
Okay, so I'm going to be in an anthology called The Celestial Bandit, which is a tribute anthology to Isidore Ducasse, who you probably know better as Comte de Lautréamont, the author of Maldor, the Songs of Maldor.
I'm excited.
I'm going to be. It's edited by Jordan Rothacker. I'm going to be in it. Some other people that are going to be in it is Mark America, Stuart Home, Chris Kelso, Audrey Zaz, James Reich. So it should be pretty awesome. I do have a ARC, so if there are any reviewers who want to have it to review it, get at me. It's going to be released in December, I believe.
I'm pretty tempted by this one, I have to say. I don't usually go for arcs, but this collection sounds really good. Since you announced it on Facebook, I've been very tempted.
Yeah, but just let me know and I can send that to you.
Soon.
What's that?
You guys are low key suggesting I should end the stream soon. Right?
No, we're not. I just think I think we've been here for 5 hours, so we want to make sure that people who have tuned in for Neil and for our friend Mr. Baltusberger are listening to our ads, because this fucking show is really brought to you by our books. Because if we don't have books that you're buying, then we're not authors, and then why are we here? So buy the books.
Me, I know that.
What?
They're not here for me. I know that.
Oh,
No.
I think in a way, Jeremy, we're here for you.
No, we're here for Gracie. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Baltusberger made the 5-hour comment too, and it's fine, but you got to understand, 5-hour live streams on YouTube. I mean, I've seen it done, and it's been kept compelling. The problem is authors won't stay compelling enough. They're afraid of conflict with each other, and that is a way that will drive a 5-hour live stream to more compelling content. But they just
Yeah, I think it's also it's kind of like a long form. I think of us as like a literary salon / kind of a sports center for books, where it just runs for like 4 or 5 hours, and it's like you can tune in, you can tune out, you can watch the segments you want to watch, you can follow the authors you want to follow. But really, it's like, for me, the literary salon vibe is what I've always had here.
Yeah, clips, right? I mean, I know I need to catch up on some, but I mean, I do the clip things. So people can see an abbreviated version. I mean, but this is kind of like my therapy on Sunday nights. So.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying 5 hours to criticize you. I was literally just saying that human beings, I think, generally might not have the attention span to like stick with us very long after these 2 long interviews.
The time or the social life, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just saying we need to push our books. So I was not saying we need to end the stream soon. If you just want to keep hanging out, I'm good, buddy. I'm here.
I probably am about to end soon. I was probably winding down anyway. I just wanted to get this little nostalgia run in before I did it. But I did want to say that maybe we should start the show later. Like 8 or 9 instead of 7 Eastern, and maybe. Thanks.
I mean, it might not be the worst idea, but it's up to you guys. I know Gregor has to drop out kind of early sometimes, but that also seems to be largely due to his headphones running out of batteries or something. So I don't know.
But
mostly because at some point he can't fucking stand us.
Yeah, he's a little fuck boy. By the way, where the fuck is he tonight? What the hell?
He hates Jeremy now. He's angry at Jeremy. He's never coming
Gregor
back.
is a bitch.
Said he wasn't going to be able. He said, "Count me out for Sunday." He's just got a thing where he says, "Count me out for Sunday" or "Count me in," and got stuff going on. Apparently, I don't pry, because he's a more private person than the rest of us, I think. But I might be willing to start it later on Sundays. But the thing is that when we interview UK guests, it has to be way earlier.
That's the thing. Yeah. I was talking to Peter Cafferty, who is the author of The God of Wanking, which so far, out of all the books I've read on godless.com, it's my favorite. It's really good. It's, as much as I like Prunty, this is the book that I really wanted the Sorrow King to be. Like, I liked the Sorrow King, but I felt it had a lot of pacing problems. And this didn't have any of that. And it had the same kind of trickster god archetype and whatever. And I'd love to get this dude on the show, but he's UK. So it's like, I feel like what we would almost have to do is make a special appointment, do a pre-show interview, and then run it on the show, kind of.
We have done that before, right, Ben? We have.
Yeah, we have.
This poor cat.
Yeah, we've done 2 shows in one day to make room for, was it the graphic author of Alone's author?
We've done it. done it both for Michael Salerno and for Thomas More.
Yes. Well, there you go. But
Yeah, I think that would be nice. I think that, you know, we should definitely consider our different options because, I mean, I can't get on the show before 6 o'clock my time anyway, 8 o'clock your time. And I hate missing all these good interviews, you know. So from a selfish perspective, I think it would be great.
did she miss a good interview tonight, even though it wasn't about books?
I mean, yeah, the GC Red still was pretty fun.
Yeah. Had a story about every stand-up comic. There's Izzy. It's Cat Wars.
Izzy.
He's screaming. He's got angst.
And
Go
Gracie,
on.
of course, is tired of all our shit as usual.
If you need to sign out and take care of your baby,
It's okay. He needs to learn to accept that Sunday nights are nights where I'm talking to my friends and busy and we're doing things, but
Charles DeWint is in Bruce Coville's book of Spinetinglers. You know who DeWint is, right?
I feel like I have heard that name.
He wrote the not epic fantasy, but like fairy magic fantasy, woodland fantasy stuff that was more about life as the fairy folk and instead of like epic fantasy. And he made it his career, his calling to say, you don't always have to write sword and sorcery epic fantasy. I write about, you know, the fae and the woodland folk and all these, you know, nymphs and dryads and whatnot. You know, that's
cool.
Yeah. So,
interesting. Yeah, man, it's like Bruce Coville just got these really good authors, man. It's so cool. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him too because he's got to have that networking touch, you know. I want to like learn how he does it. I'm like so skeevy, you know. Baltusberger's like, oh, I don't really like marketing, and I'm like, fuck that. I love marketing. Give me money. But I think it's great and important to network and. Because it's like, boy, you know, you help bring so many cool stories into the world when you network with each other, you know?
Yeah. That was my first exposure to Bradbury, I think, was when he put 0 Hour in Book of Monsters.
That's cool.
Jane Yolen is another one that pops up over and over. I think she was a substitute teacher as the same job. And I think that's a thing that comes up often with a lot of these authors that he would get. Is they were, you know, champions of getting young kids to read. Now, whatever, man, that sounded rough. Getting kids to read whatever they will read, you know, and if it's fantasy and aliens and stuff, then Bruce Coville is like, well, then we'll put together something for that.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that, like, I think what he seems to inherently understand is, like, kids are intrigued by, like, really dark things and really like the more morbid and creepy it is, the more kids are like fascinated by it. And so he had this way of picking these stories that just like worked on a different level, you know, like the Fat Man one is just like so creepy and gross and weird. I remember seeing that illustration immediately brought back not just the plot but descriptions of like the clammy almost like rubbery flesh of the dead clone and all this, you know, it's like so just like this is the shit that sticks with you. And it's like, so like you said, you know, it's like you're getting kids to have these base stories where they get like this big rush and then they want it again, and so they keep reading and it's like, yes, we got you now. You know, I love it.
Yeah, if you've got to go pacify Izzy.
That's the wrong lesson for him. I probably shouldn't even have brought my laptop in here to pacify him, but I did. I chose to.
Yeah, there's some people who did articles here on these anthologies called scaryforkids.com. There is a lot of stuff that's scary for kids, but it doesn't mean that they have to hide people from it, hide kids from it, and shelter them. You know, it's just
Well, it's actually kind of a good comparison. Author is the author who I came up with last week when I was trying to remember Bruce Coville's name and I forgot. Brian Schock, I feel like, is another great author for children who doesn't talk down to children, but at the same time, like, the books can be read by adults or children, and it's like, so, like, the world that he builds is so rich, and the story that he tells is like so classic high fantasy, but with mice, so it's such an easy entry point for a young person, but it's like so adult. The themes are so adult and grand, and so these big grand adventures. And it's the same sort of thing with Coville, where it's like these really dark adventures, these really just memorably grim adventures that don't seem like they should be for children, but somehow are. Like,
Really. Yeah,
the best children's literature doesn't seem like it should be for children, I think.
I thought
Ultimately.
Coville was largely retired from writing, but he apparently just released a sequel